The room buzzes with nervous energy. Rows of monitors blink and flicker. Then, one by one, they go black. The only sound is the hum of fluorescent lights and the frantic click of a single keyboard. A trader shouts. Someone drops a phone. The firm's managing director stands frozen, mouth open, as if waiting for a punchline that never comes. No one breathes. For a second, it feels like the whole world has paused. The head of risk management, sweat dampening his collar, leans over his dead screen, willing it to return to life. Somewhere in the chaos, an intern starts to cry. Phones ring, but no one answers. A red light blinks on the wall. Emergency emails flood in, unread. On Wall Street, silence is rare, but now it settles like dust. Every second, someone somewhere is losing money.
This is the moment the $500 million hedge fund, Titan Capital, finds out what it means to lose control.
Flash forward. The boardroom is cold. Lawyers from the Securities and Exchange Commission sit with laptops open, faces set in stone. They watch as the CTO stumbles through a timeline. It's clear he has no idea what happened. The government wants answers. They want someone to blame.
The presentations are useless. Flowcharts that mean nothing. The trading algorithm, once their golden goose, has vanished. One lawyer clears his throat. Where is the server now? The CTO says he doesn't know. Truth hangs in the air, heavy and dangerous.
Every executive in the room is sweating. Their bonuses, their reputations, everything is slipping away. The auditors don't blink. They have seen this before. This is not just about numbers. It's about trust. And who broke it? Outside, the city keeps moving. In here, time feels frozen. The fund's future hangs by a thread, and no one knows who holds the scissors.
A court reporter sets up her steno machine. She glances at the witness. On the other side of the table, Arthur sits, hands folded, eyes steady. He wears a plain suit. He does not fidget. His face is unreadable.
The young VP, David Langley, sits across from him. He is all angles and nerves. His tie is too tight. He keeps tapping a pen, a staccato beat that fills the silence.
The lawyers ask questions about the company's systems, who had access, who made decisions. Arthur's answers are short, precise. He remembers everything. Langley tries to interrupt. The lawyer stops him. The room is tense.
Every so often, Arthur looks at Langley, just for a moment. There is no anger in his eyes, just something harder, something finished. The court reporter's fingers fly. Every word is recorded. This is the aftershock. The damage is done, but they are all still looking for the spark.
Arthur joined Titan Capital before it was even called Titan. He was always the first one in. He wore the same gray sweater, the same calm expression. He fixed what was broken and never asked for credit. People walked by him in the halls as if he were invisible. He knew the system inside out. He wrote the scripts that moved billions before breakfast. He patched holes no one else saw. He never talked about his life outside the office. Some thought he lived alone, with a cat. Others thought he was a genius who had missed his moment. When the fund's big algorithm was born, Arthur was the one who made it work. He set up the servers, tuned the code, and kept it running. No one really asked how. They just expected it would work. Every day it did, until the day it didn't. Arthur never bragged. He never complained. He was the kind of person you only noticed when he was gone.
Yeah, he was the quiet keeper of secrets, the backbone nobody saw, until everything fell apart. David Langley was the opposite of Arthur. He was loud, sharp-suited, always talking about disruption. He had an MBA from Stanford and honestly, a chip on his shoulder. He liked to remind people just how young he was.
The future is speed, all right? The rest is just noise.
He didn't care how things worked, only that they worked for him. He wanted results, not explanations. To him, the IT team was just overhead. He ignored Arthur's emails, waved off his warnings.
Arthur's old school, he's just slowing us down.
Langley's rise was fast. He made enemies, but honestly, he didn't care. He was the boss now, and he wanted everyone to know it. When quarterly numbers dipped, he blamed the old systems. He blamed Arthur, but he never imagined that the quiet man in the sweater was holding the company's fate in his hands. It happened on a Tuesday. Arthur was pouring coffee, his hands steady as always.
Arthur, can I see you in my office?
His tone was sharp. Arthur nodded. He followed. Inside, Langley closed the door too hard. He didn't sit. He started listing Arthur's failures, missed deadlines, slow upgrades, not keeping up with the times. Arthur listened, eyes steady. He did not defend himself. He already knew. The words, "You're done here," hung in the air.
You're done here.
Langley handed him a cardboard box. He made a comment about respecting the chain of command.
You need to respect the chain of command.
Arthur nodded, gathered his things, and walked out. The office was silent as he passed. Some looked away, some didn't dare. No one saw Arthur's face as he left the building. No one asked what he would do next. They just went back to work, the algorithm still running, the money still flowing. What no one knew was that the algorithm, the one making millions each day, was not running on the company's mainframes. It was running on a private server, built by Arthur, housed in his small apartment. He'd done it years ago, when Titan's tech was a mess. He'd kept it quiet, meaning to fix it. But it worked too well.
I just wanted to keep things running until we could do it right.
Arthur had installed a dead man's switch. It was simple. If he didn't check in, the system would shut down. No check-in, no trading. A single missed heartbeat, and everything stopped. He'd built it for safety, but now it was something else. The day after Arthur was fired, the switch was triggered. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he didn't. The server went dark. The algorithm vanished. In the middle of a government audit, every screen at Titan Capital went black. Langley called IT. He screamed at the techs. But no one could find the server. No one ever thought to ask Arthur. Without the algorithm, Titan was blind. They couldn't see their trades. They couldn't manage risk. The government asked for logs, but there were none. The audit team's faces grew colder by the hour.
We have nothing. The data's just gone.
For years, the fund had depended on something they didn't understand. Arthur had warned them.
We need to move this to the main server. It's not safe.
But no one listened. No one cared. They wanted speed, not security.
This is all Arthur's fault. He left us in the dark.
But the facts were clear. The company had fired the only man who could save them. The value of the fund dropped by half in a week. Investors fled. The SEC circled like sharks. In the end, it wasn't a hack or a crash. It was something much simpler. One man, quietly erased, took the company's future with him. The headlines came fast. Hedge fund crashes after firing at guy. $500 million gone in a click. Titan Capital closed its doors in less than a month. Langley was let go. The board resigned. No one could explain what happened. Not really.
I never thought it would end like this.
Arthur never spoke to the press. He disappeared, leaving only questions behind. Some called him a villain, others a hero. In every office in New York, people whispered his name. Companies started asking about their own Arthurs. They looked at the quiet ones differently. The lesson was simple and brutal. In every machine, there is a linchpin. Ignore it, and the whole thing falls apart. At Titan Capital, they learned that the hard way. Sometimes, the most dangerous person in the room is the one you never see coming.